rocked the scene and I paid my dues. Rose from Phoenix, these flames they grew. Roam like my roots, the game best move. Caught my dream and I stay so true. I've been to hell and
I'm in a
back.
turtleneck.
He's in a turtleneck.
Things have changed here at the Capeesh podcast. I have got a turtleneck. And,
He's turned from ashy to classy.
And Father Ciph has got less facial hair.
Yes, I got rid of my chin. I had a double chin. Now I have a single chin. Maybe,
Yes,
maybe a chin and a half.
We're adding chins for the new year.
Adding, subtracting. He's gotten fresh. I got Biggie. I don't know. Hey, Capeesh podcast, guys.
Welcome back to the bullshit.
We're back with a fucking vengeance.
A vengeance.
Vengeance. We have shit to talk about.
First topic. Are we going right in?
Yeah, we're going right in.
We're going right in.
No stopping. No apologies.
Depends.
What are you going to talk about?
Well, the first thing I wanted to talk about is your favorite albums for this year.
Favorite albums. Now, without going to the phone, which I had to review the year. Everybody, we got to go to the phone and kind of review. But the first thing that came to mind with me was Griselda, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I really appreciate the spotlight on some boom bap shit. And coming, sponsored by Eminem, by the way, who I don't know if I show a lot of love to Eminem, which he should get love, but he's a unsung hero in the underground rap community as far as I'm concerned, because he's the only motherfucker I see that really keeps putting on people that are on some other, that rapidy rap people, like Button would say,
like
or whatever.
Slaughterhouse.
I mean, yeah, like they might, all situations might not have worked out, but he signs them. Some of these other rapidy rap people sign people, and then they sign a pop person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously Eminem's more pop than the people that he even signs.
Yep.
You know, he sold more records. I mean, he sold more records, that's for sure. But I mean, I guess they all are into their lyrics, but at least he signs people that are into their lyrics. So.
Same with Boogie, if you listen.
Yeah, and credit because he's been, well, for the last few years he's been working really hard. You know, he's got a video for every fucking thing. You could just run his videos back to back and have a movie. Like, who's had more videos in the last 2 years, him or Travis Scott?
What?
Like just song for song for song for image. You know.
I mean, Everything for Sale, that album, which is one of my top 5 albums of the year. He had a whole kind of music film going with it.
Exactly.
So, you know.
I mean, he's just going hard. Who else could I give some love to? I'd like to give some love to Rhapsody.
Eve, that was a great album.
I like to give some love to Rhapsody. First of all, with all this female back and forth with all these other artists, she's the better of all of them anyway. I mean, if you like rapidy rap, but I mean, geez, I like rapidy rap. I'm old, you know. I appreciate lyrics. I appreciate, you know, what she's done. I mean, I like pop shit. I like R&B shit. I like a lot of different shit too. But I just like to show love to people that are still she's still unsung. I mean, she still is. She's
gotten a little less over the past couple years, but she's still not getting the credit that she deserves.
Well, she's getting credit for me. You know, I will speak for myself on that one. She's getting credit for me. She's probably not going to get all the record sales and money that she maybe deserves. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but that's how it is. You know, if you're true to your craft, you're probably not.
She's very big on her, you know, and she's very big on her morals, and you know how the music industry is with female rappers, you know.
Yeah. I gotta give a shout out to Dreamville. Not the best of the 5 that I would speak of, but I appreciate the compilation of it. I appreciate an artist with a team of artists who actually put out the team of artists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That he has.
Like, there was a lot of high points on that album, but there was also a lot of like okay moments.
Yeah.
But I still appreciate that album for what it is, because you don't have a lot of that. You don't have a lot of those types of albums coming out this year.
And I think that's a personal thing for me, because my thing with Hellaware Records was putting out compilations, and it's hard to put out a compilation when it's a bunch of different people, and then like one person only has one song, and then there's another whole different person, you know, on the next song, and it's hard to make it cohesive.
Yeah.
But I have to give him credit for actually just even putting out his artists. He could have just got a budget, like a lot of people do. They'll get a budget, they'll sign people, you never hear them. You know?
Yeah.
So, aside from the fact that, you know, J. Cole has done so much this year, you know, multiple features everywhere, on everyone, you know, that for him to go ahead and step forward and do that, at least set him up for 2020.
J. Cole also, I mean, J. Cole gets credit, but J. Cole also is kind of doing a lot what M is doing, where he's signing these lyrical artists.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get Kaz,
Yeah.
you got Earth Gang, you got
Who actually had
Jid.
an album mostly.
Jid is fucking amazing. I think he's gonna be.
He's probably be the first guy. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
next year
yeah.
for, you know.
I swear that DiCaprio 2 record was amazing. But as far as more albums this year, Ventura by Anderson .Paak was a good album. Not as top tier as I would say Malibu was for me, but it was such a greatly produced record, and Anderson .Paak is such a smooth artist. He just blends in and out of genres so well.
I mean, then him and Corday had the
Yeah.
joint project, right?
Not a joint product, or you mean the joint track?
Yeah.
Their track on The Lost Boy, which was another one of my top albums of the year, was fantastic.
Oh, the baby.
Yeah.
We can't talk about 2019 without the baby, who put out 2 albums this year. Reminded me of DMX, really. You know, back in, you know, when you were, you know, a youngster or whatever, DMX had 2 platinum albums in 1 year, and that was a rarity at that time because of how much it took to produce an album.
Now it's a little different.
Yeah, now it's a lot different. I mean, you know, back when.
But with the artists that the baby is,
Mm-hmm.
compared to those artists that put out 2 or 3 albums a year,
Mm-hmm.
you're getting more quality with the baby. You know, like.
Yeah. I just think he's just in his prime right now, and he's like, everything has come together at the time when he's at his prime, and it's all like aligned, and it's a go, and he's not like stopping. He's not trying to like, oh, okay, I did good on that one, and let me, you know, lay back for a minute or whatever. He has the time and the resources, and he definitely has the energy. So he's just, you know, going with it, and he bubbled the shit out of the industry off the first one, and then this one, oh, Baby on Baby.
Baby
right?
on Baby, I feel like is a better project than what's it called, Kirk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, but he's got everybody like. Next year there'll be like 10 baby clones coming out. You know,
yeah, you already know that.
And they're already gonna come with
Same
the
with
tracks.
Roddy Ricch.
Oh yeah, you know, like that fucking song. Yeah, like
I like Roddy.
I
I
love
like
that
Roddy
fucking
Ricch.
song. Like,
I like Roddy Ricch.
the only thing that gets me about, well, I guess I could just say him, is like it sounds like these are the disciples of Young Thug.
Oh yeah, you could tell the Thugger influence.
Like Thug's been out 6 years. 2014 is when he hit. Yeah, so it's been 6 years coming that he's been out. So now you can see all the disciples of him coming.
Thug, yeah.
You know, whereas like I don't even like. I mean, the Hot record was one of the hottest of the year, of course, but I don't really feel Thug like I used to feel him. But the disciples of Thug, I'm feeling.
I'm feeling
you know?
Thug more now than I did when he came out, because I feel like it was a little too much of the whiny auto tune for me, and that's just not my cup of tea. But you know, the shit he had this year, So Much Fun, I believe the record was. There was just there was
Had the London on there.
Yeah, there was a good amount of records I really messed with, and that's a far cry from when he had that one record where he was wearing the dress and Harambe, the song Harambe on there. Like it just like it wasn't clicking with me, not because of the dress, the songs.
But there was a period there, like after he really started to blow, that it was just like
yeah.
But you know, he recovered well, so.
I also want to give a shout out, if you haven't listened to this person, his name is Armani White. He's a little smaller artist, but his album Keep in Touch is a really, really good record. Reminds me of when Chance the Rapper first came out, and he was actually, you know, putting out really quality records. Definitely check that out if you haven't.
I haven't. I'm gonna have to listen to that.
Bandana by Freddie Gibbs.
Okay.
That's one of my favorites.
He's a really solid artist.
He's amazing.
You know, I'm glad that I know, wasn't he with Jeezy at first?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he had a falling out with him.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's another example of an artist who really couldn't put out other artists. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of that, a person that recovered well, I still love 2 Chainz. Okay.
Oh yeah, rapper go to the league.
Yeah, dope. It solidified himself. If anybody thought that he was like gonna just like fall away or just make T-shirts or Santa sweaters or what have you, like he kind of let people know that he like, I'm here to stay.
I don't care what anybody says. When it comes to 2 Chainz, I think he's a really good lyricist. I think he's a dope lyricist, and people don't give him enough credit.
Yeah. Well, I think people always discounted people that came from the South, Atlanta or Miami in particular, but he's serious about, he's witty, you know.
That record where last year that he had with M, kept up with M for some. If M didn't spaz the way he did, 2 Chainz would have had the best. Yeah. But that was right after the shit with Revival, so M was snapping, but 2 Chainz, man, like, he was rhyming on that.
Like, well, you know, he's out to prove a point, and he's still hungry, and I like that. It's like a Tom Brady analogy, especially from back when he was with Ludacris, another rapper who failed to put out other rappers, you know. He wasn't trying to let him have any shine.
A lot of ego involved.
Yeah, but like, why sign people then?
I don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why get you're getting a label deal because someone's throwing money your way, and then you're signing people just to snowball them, or to be on your writing team, basically. I guess I don't know. But
before we go to the next topic, I do want to say "Zoo" by Denzel Curry. If you haven't heard that record, very Southern inspired.
Yeah. He freestyles. He does this shit off the top, right?
That record, Zoo, in particular, that was the first time he ever did that, and it came out really good. Like,
it's pretty dope.
Yeah. But my next topic is albums we're anticipating for next year.
Oh, okay. Well, let me start by saying I hope Kendrick's gonna come out with something this year. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
He would pretty much have to come out with something this year. Like, you can't let 2020 go by. I bet he's in the first quarter. He's coming.
Yeah, I think first quarter. Yeah. I think it might be a surprise album, to be honest. I think he might just drop it.
Yeah.
But I'm ready for a Kendrick record, man. It's been too long.
Yeah, I think he's let everybody else eat for a little while, and you might as well just come back with that.
What direction you think he's gonna go in?
Oh God, you never know. Another one, another direction. You know,
I hope it's another direction. That's
the last one
was more commercial inspired.
Yeah, it was commercial.
The one before that was jazz rap.
Yeah, and he's been through his phases. He was through his his black empowerment phases, and but he may be on a whole nother thing now. And that's what I could say I like about him. The last record, it was pop influenced, but it wasn't.
But
It
he
wasn't
found a
fucked up.
balance.
It was
He
yeah.
found a
Yeah, it
balance.
was dope.
That's what I really appreciate.
It was still dope. I mean, nobody's out there trying to diss him. You might as well make a pop record.
Yeah.
No one's gonna like, you know what I'm saying? No one's trying to like cut his head off. That would be nice to see in this 2020. Somebody actually try to get with him.
I know Big Sean's they've been sending diss tracks here and there. Big Sean can't do shit.
He can't fuck with him though.
But
it's like it's not a
there
viable.
was a leaked snippet from Element, the song Element,
Yeah.
where he was dissing Big Sean that never got released, obviously.
Yeah.
But
It's just not it's not worth his time. He's just not. If I'm gonna see a battle this year, I need to see a battle of people that are
Head to head.
at least seeing eye to eye. If it's someone that's lower than Kendrick or even with Big Sean, I'm cool with. No one's
there's
putting
not
Big
really,
Sean
there's
up
not
there.
really, like, are we talking about skill level? Because I don't think many people are really at Kendrick's skill level in a higher,
Or at least popularity or something. They're not. I just don't see Kendrick and Big.
maybe.
I don't think there's anything
Drake.
Big Sean can say.
I
You
feel
know what
like
I'm saying?
the only way we're gonna get something that big would be Drake against Kendrick.
Yeah, but
Which
Drake's
Drake-
not gonna do it.
Drake, he's dropping this year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, 1 year doesn't he? Didn't he drop a song like yesterday or something?
He dropped
Like,
the song last week.
With the
Dropped-
accent.
Yeah, don't get me started on that.
Which
fucking
accent
shit.
did he have in that song?
English, I don't fucking know.
It's like, yeah. I don't know if he's Jamaican or English or it's a Canadian mix or.
He had and then on the Money in the Grave or the double little EP thing, he was speaking. He had an Italian name for.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's just good being Drake, man. Just be fucking Drake, dude. Like, you don't even have to be anything else. Like, you can't be everything. That's my thing with him. You know, you can't be everything. But whatever it is, it's gonna hit.
For your hit top.
It's gonna hit. Whatever it is, it's gonna hit. But yeah, he can't diss anybody because his ghostwriting team's gonna diss him.
Well, Big Sean's dropping this year or 2020. I hope Denzel Curry, because last year was more like supposed to be kind of like a mixtape, but it was an album. The Weeknd. I'm a big Weeknd fan.
It's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
You already know. Like, it's gonna be huge. I like dope. If dope and big for the culture at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's what the Weeknd is.
Yeah.
You know, like it's gonna be like a trend-setting thing. You know, like if the Weeknd said, "I've stopped doing drugs," a lot of people are gonna fucking stop doing drugs just because of the Weeknd stop. I mean, he's influential like that. You know,
He literally could do whatever record he wants, and people will listen to it.
yeah, pretty much.
I mean, because he's doing pop, he's doing 70s pop records,
yeah,
and it's hitting.
he could do some shit without a beat and string arrangements and shit like that, and they would like probably give him a Grammy and an Oscar, just attach it to another film, and they would give that shit to him. Like, he's the only one, like right now, he's got that voice like Mike, man. You know, he's not Mike, but he's the closest facsimile to what Mike does vocally. You know, this tone of his voice or whatever. Now, Chris Brown is a better artist to me, you know, because he fucking sings and dances for 2 hours straight, you know, and does his thing. But
I guess that would be more so a better performer.
yeah, I mean, just overall, I mean, he cranks out more work. Maybe he's in control of his own work, because he'll put out an album with 40 songs, you know, like, oh yeah, you thought I was done? If he could put out an album with 40 songs, how many does he have in the can?
Yeah.
Just sitting, you know?
Chilling there.
Yeah.
But Pusha T is probably going to drop, because I know he was saying he was going to drop this year again, but that never came out, so I imagine it's going to be pushed back to like second quarter.
Yeah, well, you never know. That's Kanye, right? It's up to Kanye, isn't it? What you say? That's good music.
Yeah, so
Slash
yeah,
Def
probably
Jam.
might not come out till 2025.
Probably.
Frank Ocean
Same
probably
deal.
gonna be dropping. Jay-Z might drop.
Yeah, see, that's the thing you gotta watch out for. If Jay-Z drops, do these other people drop? Because that's the same Def Jam system. You know what I'm saying? There might be good music, Def Jam, and who else did you say? You said
Frank Ocean.
That's Def Jam.
He's
See?
Def Jam?
Yeah, he always has been Def Jam, as far as I know. And then Jay-Z, of course, is affiliated with Def Jam. So if Jay-Z decides to all of a sudden drop a surprise album, everybody else gets pushed back.
Is it still good?
Uh-huh. Yeah, you were good. Yeah, everybody gets pushed back as a result, is the thing. So I'm kind of hoping like Jay-Z just holds on for a while and lets everybody else eat. And then what Kanye's mood is, you know, if Kanye doesn't feel good about Kanye, does he put out Pusha T? Or is he going to try to pull us, like, one of the worst things that he could have did last time was put out everybody's EP, you know, 7 songs
You think
of
that
this
was the worst
guy.
thing you could have done? Because that was exciting as just a fan
Yeah.
to see all those albums. You got the Nas album. You got the, even though it wasn't like.
Just the thing, it wasn't exact. That was the thing that got me, because it wasn't fully realized, and you only had to put 7. You know what I'm saying? So it's like on some stuff, it was like, I don't know.
I feel like there was
wasn't
some dope
executed
shit on.
the way
I
that I
think to be honest, it was Nas on that record that really didn't bring his full A game. Because there was a lot of great produced records on there. Like, you know, Adam and Eve was really dope. Cop Shot the Kid. I don't care what anybody says. That's a really, really dope record. Like
The
way
Slick Rick
Yeah,
sample.
the Slick Rick sample.
Yeah, there was some dope stuff on there, and I just think that they need to share the blame on that, because some of the shit I heard was like, okay, there was already one version that Nas had of the song, right? And then Kanye switched the whole beat from under him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if you did a song and then I switched the whole beat from under you while you were gone, and then the song came out, like, some of the shit, like Nas is like, some of the shit I like heard the day before. Like, I didn't, you know, Kanye just did whatever the fuck he wanted to do.
But why the fuck Nas even let it come out? Like, you don't want a little more creative control over your own record, you know?
Apparently not. Because couldn't he have his own label by now?
Doesn't he?
It's on Kanye's label, so I mean.
Oh, it was on through Kanye's?
Yeah. All those projects. When he did Pusha T, then he did Nas, then he did himself, then he did Tiana Taylor. All that shit was Kanye.
Looking back, the only records from that bunch that really were great were Kids See Ghost, which was an amazing record, and then the Pusha T record. But those were things that weren't being done last minute, you know? I didn't really hear Tiana Taylor's.
That's the other part where I don't think it was fully realized. I don't like some industry bullshit that goes on. Like, okay, Tiana Taylor's a good artist, right? Her single was a good song. And then, like, Kanye's on one of the songs, right? It's just disappointing that I don't see in business why you would sign an artist and just, like, not promote them to the fullest. Not jump on stage with them one time, fully realize an EP, and then not be there at crunch time, not be there first week. If first week, you can't be there first week, you can't be in their video. I don't understand.
Reminds me of Ciph the Prince on Good Music. He was a great lyricist that was getting shelved a lot.
Writing a lot of Kanye shit.
Yeah.
And when it's time to, like,
get
really
his shit off the ground.
Like, and it doesn't take much to do it. It's like a one, you know, aside from the other work you did, it's like a one-day thing. Like, jump in this fucking guy's video, do a promo, share it on Instagram. It's your company. I don't get it. And I'll never for the life of me understand why people get labels and, you know, you reach these heights in your career, and then you just like
get stifled by these
fuck
labels.
over
Like,
people.
I just don't understand. I don't understand why people jump on labels anyway.
I mean,
I don't like it. Like,
but if you're gonna be with a guy like that, a personality who has a label under a label, damn, you might as well just sign to the label.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? At least
there's so
they're
many,
just thinking dollars. At least they're just thinking.
there's
like,
so many
let me do what we
facets
can.
they got to go through when you have these labels that are fostered under like 3 different things. You know what I mean?
With a superstar at the head. Like, what if he like goes to prison? You know, what if you signed with Kodak Black a year ago? Like,
Does Kodak have a label?
I mean, what if you know, for
yeah.
example, you know,
Mm-hmm.
if you sign with somebody like Kodak and then like, you don't know when he's gonna ever get out.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Oh, he ain't getting out.
he's probably not gonna get out. So it's like, and
But
then when he
again,
gets
I
out,
think he likes being in jail, but that's another.
well
that's
then
another
like,
topic.
but there's somebody out there that's probably signed under his production company
Yeah.
or something, you know, who are
It's
pretty
fucked.
much they're stuck right now, you know, like they're gonna put out the stuff that they've already done, and that's gonna move some numbers and stuff like that. But for the life of me, I don't know why, you know, in 2019 people would even really even do that.
So did you catch any of the Drake interview?
A snippet, just snippets. It's like 2 hours or
so
something, right?
over the Drake interview,
It's a Rap Radar, right?
Yeah, Rap Radar with Elliot Wilson.
Right.
Over that 2-hour period, there was a lot of topics being brought up, and one of the topics was the Pusha T situation.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that snippet?
I saw just like a minute or 2 of it where he was explaining.
And getting flustered.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like, does he want to beat up Pusha T? Is he crying about it? Like,
I think a little. To me, it feels like he's crying about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because look, if your main cop out is this person, because he said in his own words, he said, "I'm here. There's such a gap between us. I'm here. He's there. Nobody knows you." Well, if nobody knew him, why are you having even back and forth with him?
Why acknowledge it?
Why acknowledge it if there's such a big gap?
I mean,
And he's saying he
financially
can't get.
speaking, yeah, there probably is, but people do know him.
It
People
does.
do
I
know
mean,
him.
financially
I mean, like,
speaking, that's not a rap battle.
well, he mentioned it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
he's the one mentioning it. Obviously, Drake's the #1 artist in the world.
Either way,
Okay,
he even admitted
but-
that he lost. I mean, but he's also got to understand he lost bar wise too. He lost with everything in that.
Mm-hmm.
He lost his Adidas deal with it.
Yeah.
He lost the situation about bringing out to the world knowing about his son. He exposed him for having a son with a porn star.
Mm-hmm.
He dissed him like lyrically. There was
Okay.
you know.
But past rap, as a man, that's his fault.
Oh yeah.
You know, the same person that we're talking about that wouldn't jump on stage with Tiana Taylor, right? You want to tell him about your shit. Why you're telling this man about your business? You know what I'm saying? You know he's not to be trusted. You know he's sneaky. Like, come on, man. Like, these people have so much business sense and so much talent, right? But you know this guy's a fake friend, but you tell him all your shit. For what? You know? You should have just kept his fucking mouth shut. Or just brought it out to the world himself. It would have been nothing if he just brought it. I mean,
Well,
come
first
on.
of all, he shouldn't. I heard the situation was he told his producer, 40, and 40 told somebody else, told either Kanye or told somebody in Kanye's camp. So he shouldn't be mad at Kanye. He should be mad at 40.
Well, the story I heard was that when he was writing for Kanye the last time, and they were in South Dakota and shit, he said something to him
Really?
directly,
Because when
and he
I
ran with that and told Pusha.
because when I saw the Pusha T podcast with Joe Budden, that's where he said he got the information. I think it was through because 40 told somebody. But either way,
yeah.
the thing about it is, it's just like the Pusha T situation, man. Like,
They're just fake music people, fake friends and shit, man. I did see one thing about 40. He was talking about going out there a couple days before Drake, and that the vibe was real weird and shit like that.
yeah.
But like I said, I don't know. I think people are so much into the clout chasing and like being a part of different stuff that, dude, y'all just not friends no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's people that I've dealt with that I still love to this day, but we're not like that anymore. And once we're not like that anymore, I'm just not gonna do that with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kanye needed his fella. You know, and if this rap thing's a competition, and you know what, Kanye was on the top, he's still near the top, but he felt this pressure from Drake, you know, but yet you're getting him to write for you.
Yeah, there's just a lot of layers to this shit. Kanye was a snake in a lot of the situation. Drake was just not smart to be divulging his information to people, and you know.
Dude, I don't know if I would have went out there to just even write for him again. You know, like, dude, if like you're all about trying to take me out and trying to be, you know, over me because I'm coming out, you know, coming up strong, and we have these problems. Until those problems are fully resolved and shit, you know, eye to eye, I'm not sending my producer and shit out there. I'm not coming out there to write. Like, how much more money is he gonna get for part of a writing credit on that Kanye? You know what I'm saying? Compared to what he's already doing himself.
So
you know what I'm saying? It's just like a favor. This dude
doing favors for him, and then he just gonna.
He's begging you for a favor, and you gave it to him, and then he stabbed you in the back, or somebody in his camp.
And it seemed like that was the main issue that he had, was with Kanye, because the entirety of that Duppy record, he was coming mostly at Kanye.
Yeah.
It wasn't Pusha T, really.
Yeah. He's like basically just getting at him and stuff, but I don't know, man. Pusha T did his thing on that shit. Like, he took advantage of what he was supposed to take advantage of, I guess.
I mean,
you know?
I don't think anybody expected Pusha T. Like, I knew Pusha T was going to go hard as shit, but I didn't think we were going to get what we were going to get. It was like episode of, like, Jersey Shore. Got, like, popped in the face.
Yeah. Well, you know, that goes to show, you know, you gotta be careful of who you associate yourself with sometimes, you know, especially in this industry. I guess we're gonna get into personal yearly highlights, right? And I'm starting. Matt. I met this kid named Matt Vanzetti. This kid was going out with my daughter, right? I see him. He still is.
She's cool.
And
of course she's not listening.
No,
the one time we're talking about it.
So you know, my daughter's going out with this guy. I'm a protective father, but I try not to like stand over her head or anything. But you know, she's going with this dude. Seems to be working out fine. She's happy. It's like, he raps. So you tell him I make beats and stuff like that? Yeah, I did, but I don't think he wants to say anything to you just yet or anything, you know. It's like, well, can I hear him? You know. So I ended up hearing it, I'm like, oh, well, he's pretty good, you know. He's pretty good, like, you know, like, I wasn't expecting you to be pretty good, I'm sorry, you know.
I understand.
I wasn't expecting you, I mean, because I meet a lot of people,
yeah.
like, you know, I could be at the club and somebody's like, yo, Ciph! And they start rapping in my ear, and it's like, horrible. Nah, but like, he ended up being pretty good, and I'm like, well, damn, I produce, like, so, you know, like, you want to do something, you know? He's like, oh, I'm working on a project. I'm like, well, it looked like you were pretty much done with the project at the time.
Yeah.
So we're talking 2019. So you came out in February, right? Yeah, so you were pretty much done. But I was like, damn, like, let me get one in here then, you know, and that's where Blood came from.
That's where Blood came from.
And then we'll just try to get a perspective on like where you were at, you know, as an artist, or what you knew or what you didn't know, stuff like that, you know. And my thing is, it's good to grow, you know, with an artist, and it's good to discover new people. You know what I'm saying? It was cool with me to discover, you know, you know. Yeah. So, you know,
like this year was a big learning experience for me. A lot of learning experiences, you know, actually getting out there and going to these different places. Like I've done that before, but nothing to this magnitude where I'm going, like in some weeks where I'm going to 2 or 3 different open mics and stuff like that. And then, you know, putting out material, like a concise project, and actually promoting it to the best of my abilities, you know. It was a big learning experience. Code Red, you know, that came out this year, as he was speaking about. That was my first project that, you know, I felt confident in. Like, so I'm gonna say that's just my first project.
Yeah, no, and I felt really good about it. Yeah, I mean, I know about, you know, in Arizona, I'd had to have something to listen to go by, but I just wanted to see where you were at with it, you know, because at your age, you could have just been, I don't know what kind of music you could have been on, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you're kind of like your own person, that's what I liked about it, you know? So anything that I want to do with a new person is just start with the basics, you know, of securing your name, you know, these things like that. I think we'll do another podcast later about that.
Yeah, definitely,
you know,
definitely.
Like, yo, you know what, this, if you're trying to
artists
rap,
you know, need to know a lot of that information.
Yeah, and I don't know the most, but you know, I
not
know
even just artists. Not to cut you off, but not even just artists, but creatives in general.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, everyone, you know, deserves to start and have their name and have things solidified and to be independent. That's the best part about, you know, 2019 and the past few years in general is the ability of artists to be independent, you know, to do their own thing in their own time, in their own way, and just release, you know, you can release something today, you know. To get off, not just off of you, but there was an artist, I'm not going to say his name, but I know a guy who lives near here, a few hundred yards from here. You know, he's a good guy. I've been known him for a while. He might have like 50 songs, 60 songs maybe. And like, he never put them out. So it was just like a conversation that we had. This is like just a few weeks ago. You haven't met this guy yet. But I was just like, hey man, like dude, like you can do it like this, or you can do it like that. And I just showed him right on his phone, like, yo, you can take the song, you can put it out right now. Like, you can go on an app and put out your song right now.
On all these different platforms.
Yeah, on everywhere, you know, and there are different platforms to use to put it on all platforms. And you don't have to go through anybody. And dude put out a song. It's going to be out on the 30th.
Damn, that's dope.
You know, it's going to be his first song. So he's like, you know, I didn't produce it. I have nothing to do with the song. It's just somebody that I knew, you know, and I'm like,
just give him that information, and artists need to know this information.
Yeah, and it's surprising that he didn't know it by now. You know what I'm saying?
Especially with all the information that's out there.
But maybe some people just aren't looking at the same things that other people are. But yeah, dude, you know, I'll mention him, you know, at a later point. Maybe we'll help him promote some things or something. But yeah, dude put out a song and like it's set to drop on the 30th. So a few days from now, yeah.
So by the time this podcast
comes out, dude,
it'll be out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
what you got?
It was just a lot of shit this year, and I'm excited for next year. You know, I'm having a project coming out next year, to be announced. But you know, I had my first professional video shot this year. We had a few of them. We had a whole music film, Fall Down with Blood. I I produced records. I started selling beats. Made my own website.
Shit, you did a lot this year.
Yeah, one of the most trafficked websites for the domain or the website I'm using, or domain creator.
Yeah.
From as far as music. And
You were in a movie that's not out yet?
I'm in a movie. I've done some auditions for movies. I'm having my soundtrack for the movie. You know, been, you know, meeting with a lot of artists. I've been doing shows at different places, different areas, different like states, radio shows, you know. Just a lot of stuff has happened this year, and I'm nothing but thankful and, you know, feel blessed for all that I've been able to do, and a lot of things just had to fall in the right place. You know, with Code Red, I produced most of that record except for the blood track and the second half of Paperwork. And that person I met by chance. His name is Maz, and you know he found me through SoundCloud on a freestyle I did for when Culture 2 came out. I did it over a couple Migos beats, and he found me out through there, and I've been, you know,
I didn't even
doing
know
all
that
this
part.
work, you know.
And he's like 16 years old, right?
Yeah,
16 or 17 now.
He's 16 years old. And he's from Miami, and you know, he just a great producer. But just this year's been, you know, I've been nothing but blessed.
Yeah, look at it, man. Look how, like, not to say you started from zero, but started from damn near zero.
Yeah.
To not where you want to be, but on your way.
I'm on the right.
You know what I'm saying?
All I could say is, I might not be there, and I might be a little far, but I'm on the right path. That's all I could ask for. You know, it's just, you know, you got to look at success as a destination, not something like a dream. You know.
Yeah, I think if you dropped the Code Red and it blew all the way up and went platinum, I don't know if you would have been able to handle it.
Oh, I wouldn't have been able.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm barely
like you
able to
needed to like.
I fought,
you know?
shit. If I was barely able to handle what was going on at that time, you know, so
Just in life
you
in
know,
general, right?
You just gotta build that thick skin. You gotta build that you gotta know who's out for you, you know, to help you. You know.
Oh yeah, you had a rap beef this past year too.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun. But yeah, and I like to, you know, if you didn't have thick, I don't think when I met you, you had thick skin, you know what I'm saying, per se, but I like to be that person, you know what I'm saying, because, you know I am, like, what's such and such thing, well, fuck what's such and such thing, you know what I'm saying, that's me, you know, because...
because like, the people in my corner, like, you being in my corner, Asia being in my corner, Miss Mosley in my corner, Tony in my corner, whatever. So like, and a bunch of other people. It's just like having a good like small circle of people that I could go to and be like, hey, you know, I'm having some doubts about this, whether that be a song or that be a beat or that be a situation I'm in or decision. It's good to have a small circle around you, you know, because it just builds a little more intelligence for the area that you're in.
I've been to hell and back, I just inhaled a trad war. Beats go burn the ash, no remorse or turning back,